Robert Henderson Jr. Show, featuring Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner and president of the Henderson Financial Group. Understanding money, it's all about the money. Understanding money, it's all about the money.
Good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, live in the beautiful studio. And guess who flew in live, not via satellite, but live in the beautiful studios. Right up next to me is my sister-in-law, business partner, colleague, Linda Harris. How you doing, Linda?
Hey, Robert, I am fantastic. You know, being here, right here in the studio, I really forgot that I'm among greatness. I forgot how AC can just come in here with 30 seconds, get it done, get a headset, hit a button, bam, we on. I forgot. You know, did he tell you that the sound engineer in Charlotte called him for advice?
No.
He walked them through some things, and they just... thank you, AC. Thank you. I mean, they're not up to par as he is, and they were trying to explain something. I know it was a challenge to you. I know you probably were going, wow. But thank you. I tried to avoid it. And they insisted, call your guy in Miami, because they wanted to use Skype.
Oh.
So we can free up the lines while I'm here. And we were like, they said it couldn't be done. I said, well, AC, do it in Miami.
Wow.
I know it couldn't be done. Now, I'm not telling you what I heard.
Was AC able to talk him through it?
Bottom line, they got old equipment.
Oh.
Yeah. And then one of them said, may I send you, who produces commercials? And AC said, well, you got to go to conferences and get out there and let people know and hear you. Well, can I send you my demo?
Oh, my God. That's what they're saying in
That's
Charlotte.
What they said in to the Miami engineer. And he was so kind. He said, absolutely.
Wow.
Send it. I will do what I can. And I was just blown away. Thank you so much, AC. You did not have to do that. And thank you. Each one, teach one, reach one.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And he did it.
Wow. That's amazing. You know? In Charlotte.
In Charlotte. That was nice. You know, being back home as well, Robert, further confirmed for me that nothing stays the same. I'm driving here, and I'm seeing this big mammoth construction. What is it as you go around the curb coming from?
Oh, yeah. From
they're building
836?
Yeah. When did that happen? It's just new construction and bridges and overpasses going on. Nothing at all stays the same. You go 2 months, you come back, it's changed. My nieces are taller than me now. Nothing stays the same. Fort Lauderdale Airport has changed. I mean, it's the world is moving in time.
Time, man. Time waits for no man.
Either you embrace it, get on board.
It's moving.
Or it's going to move without you.
Right.
That's a fact. It's just like the stock market. It's just like the economy. It's just like...
Pass you by.
Yeah. And I'm one of those that's pretty slow to embrace change. I remember we had a debate in the show on books versus the Kindle, and you said that's old, it's horse and buggy. And I said, well, Robert, some people want to feel the pages and see the mustard stain, and you were like, Linda, it's going, and
that's right.
I mean, it is what it is.
And the technology is moving so fast. It's so ahead of us right now. Everything that we see right now, trust me, that's not it.
That's not it.
No. Everything that we see, you might as well call it old. I'm telling you, everything that we see is yesterday. It's yesterday's thought. It really is, because remember, a thought are invisible. And then you think it, and then you work toward bringing it into the visible world. When it becomes the visible world, to the creators of thought, the creators of the people who create things, once it comes to visibility, it's old to them. But it's new to people who always a day late and dollar short.
But you know, and people like my defense, sometimes I'm one I slowly embrace change. I have to think about it, take a deep breath, light a candle, throw a shell, pray on it. I have to you're not going to just bombard me with, that's so 30 seconds ago. They got commercials now with the new technology, the G4, that's so 20 seconds ago. Wait a minute. Then I'll just have to be 30 seconds ago, because it's getting ridiculous. So I like to take my time, take a deep breath. I didn't jump on the iPhone. I'm not going to stand in line for the new iPad. I'm just not going to do that. You have to give me a minute.
You don't have to, but you're going to wonder why somebody have an edge over you. And they will have an edge.
Wait till the price go down.
They will have an edge. That's what it is. They will definitely have an edge on your technology moves.
But is that what it's all about? Staying up on your edge and being ahead? I mean, I know depending on what industry you're in, you eventually have to. You're forced to. But all this waking up and trying to be 30 seconds ahead.
The ship is
not
moving.
30 days.
It does not wait.
Not 3 days.
Life. It's called life, and it's moving. Let me tell you something, Linda. Right? You know, I was talking to an inventor. Do you know right now that they are working on 3D, 4D TV? Think about this. A TV up on the wall like a flat screen. A TV, you know how you have your desk?
Right.
That's the TV. The TV going to be horizontal. And it's going to be, let's say if you're watching a football game. The football players are going to be in 3D. They're going to be up where you can see them. But the TV is going to be flat. You know, it's like, in other words, like in your living room.
Suspended in air. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to be up.
Wow.
That's already being done right now. See? And some people talking about they want a flat screen. I'm telling you, we're moving, and if you don't want to participate, you're going to be like the people in Kentucky in the hills. You know? But we're moving. That's just you got to get with it.
We are moving.
There's no sense in just sitting back and just saying, hey, you know, it's going too fast, because you're going to be left alone. Matter of fact, you're going to be identified by how old you are, by how up on technology you are. They're going to call you an old man or old woman because you don't know how to do that.
Right. So if you still saying the word beeper or rotary phone, or you know, where's the next payphone? You really telling on yourself. You telling your age and little things like that.
You just got to stay with it. My daughter Heisey was telling me in terms of with the iPhone. You know, not only with the iPhone but cell phones now. I mean, you can actually take your cell phone, and before you get ready to buy an item, you can click the item, scan it, and see the best price around. What you're about to buy in that store, can you get it from a store around the corner that's got a lower price? Same item. And that's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's technology.
You know, I never thought I'd see the day where gas consumption has gone down. I remember them saying that the only way that gas prices will go down is if people drove less. And I remember saying, good luck. Americans love their SUVs. We're not going to drive less. But they're saying that it's down about 20-25% consumption, which has forced the prices to go down. So that's what you just explained. Really, before I drive around wasting gas, finding the best price, this type of change in technology will reduce that, will almost eliminate me running around.
Right.
So consumption is going down because of technology. At least that's a big part of it. And people are really just sick and tired of being taken to the cleaners in that area. So we are changing. We are adapting and changing our behavior.
Now, since you mentioned technology and gas,
okay,
let me tell you something. Exxon right now just did a study. Right now, they are preparing for the year 2040. Exxon, big oil company. Right now, they are strategizing. Everything is geared on the year 2040. Now, I didn't say the 2020.
Right.
I didn't say 2030.
Right.
I said 2040. Can you believe that? They planning right now for the year 2040. You know what they're predicting, what they're saying? All the analysts are saying that we're still going to be 75% dependent on oil in the year 2040. They say gas and electric is probably going to make up the other 25% alternative energy, but we're still going to be largely dependent on oil for everything. Matter of fact, they're saying that by that time, it's going to be 9 billion people on the planet. Right now, it's about 7 billion people on the planet. Can you believe that? That's a lot of people on the planet.
Now, if Exxon, one of the biggest corporations in the world, is planning that,
right?
Why is it that we, and I say we as a people of color, we won't even plan 30 days, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years in advance? The importance of planning, short term, long term. I mean, we've been saying this for the last 16 years, but still people come to us and they don't even have a short term plan. So all this, I say, between the changes I've seen and the things that's coming down the line and what you just mentioned about Exxon, it further validates you have to have a plan. Get yourself a plan. You absolutely have to. And again, don't get overwhelmed, because I refuse. I'm a little slow with it. It can drive you crazy trying to stay up on it. just like the fashion industry try to do to women and the latest and greatest and those angry high heels and then you not in. I'll forget all of that. You do it in your time, but know you have to do it.
But see, the powers that be, the corporations, the people that really run things, they know the habits and the spending habits. They know the emotional habits of the masses. And they got it down pat.
Before you even know what's in your brain,
right?
They planted it and you're reacting to it.
They already know how you're going to think and what you're going to spend and how you're going to spend. They already know how they're going to drive you just like cattle. And most people don't know that they're being treated like cattle. They think that they're making choices, but you're not. They tell you what to do, what to buy, what to eat, why to like something. And I mean, think about it. All they have to do is put any car out they want to and fancy it up and
get a celebrity endorser and,
right,
and
advertise it, and it's gone. And all of a sudden it's in vogue. You're doing it. I mean, think about it. I mean, they'll tell you what the fashion world tells you what color is in this year.
It sure do.
They tell you what's in for fall. No, that's not in. This is in. It's the same thing as technology. They actually move us under. So you really have to.
You have to
know
be
yourself.
strong. You have to know yourself. And women, all that. Oh, we so judge each other on what we have on and.
But the world's been doing this for a long time.
Oh no, I know. You're right.
The world's been doing this since the beginning of time, you know. Mm-hmm. And the problem is that that's why even Scripture has always. That's why when people look and say, "How can the Bible really be so true?" And it's 2,000 years ago. How can what they written in Proverbs or Ecclesiastics? I mean, how could it still be so valid today? Because they knew exactly. It's just a principle. How man thinks. Mm-hmm. How the masses thinks, and how the people who really, really study themselves think, and I actually know that most people don't. Most people just follow fashion, the masses. Most people are spectators. Most people are not doers. Most people really, really, really do not know themselves. And anytime you don't know yourself, Linda, you're subject to fall for anything.
Oh, my goodness.
Because you don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
And one of the hardest things to do is for man to study himself. For man to understand his weakness and work on them. Most people just go with the flow. And the problem is, reason why it keeps on creating itself is over and over is because of the people who you're around. It's like an infection. And that's why it's like you're catching a cold.
Even as an adult, who you're around still has an effect on you. Not like you're 8 years old and peer pressure and somebody double dog down daring you to throw a rock.
If you got good health and all of a sudden you keep going around, everybody around you got the flu and cold, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to be immune? So if you're trying to be smart and everybody around you dumb and keep doing the same dumb things, you're just going to fit in.
You're going to get infected.
Right, because you're going to find some commonality in it. It's your comfort zone. You with your people. I mean, you're not going to, if everybody around you, got tattoos all up their neck and red hair and green hair and all this, dressed in a certain way, you're not going to feel like, you don't want to be the oddball. You want to fit in.
It's got to be in you, almost like the Whitney Houston syndrome. Everybody said Bobby turned her that way. Wasn't that part of her deep down anyway?
Yes.
There's 10% that's you anyway, and all you need to do is get around 90% of your people that are like that, and there you go. You didn't fell off.
See, that's what the masses have studied, the analytical smart people, the corporations. They've studied. They find out is how many is it just in? How many people have willpower? And they count on that. There's statistics. They already know that. How many people are going to buy this? How many people are going to listen to us? How many people that really, really, and they can tell you right by the age of when you're in third grade, they know exactly where you're going. How many people in the third grade did not pass the test? You follow me?
Yeah.
And the poor is getting poor and the rich is getting richer.
If you're not strong, if you really just don't, like Robert said, know yourself, it really can get to you mentally. I'm not going to let it get to me. I submit to you, don't let it get to you. Stay around positive people. I see Michael Kors, speaking of dictating fashion and what's in, what's out. He had an IPO that came out and actually appreciated, pretty fast.
Yeah. Now, you just had a statistic you was talking about poor.
When you just said the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, a new study came out that found that 1 in 2 Americans is poor or low income. Now, I'm a stat person, but this one blew me away. 1 out of 2 Americans are poor or low income. Let's define poor. Let's define low income. Let's talk about the reasons why. 1 out of 2, Robert.
Wow.
That's give me a minute on that one. But I'm seeing a lot of that around me. I'm seeing the middle class eroding. I'm seeing jobs that was once, quote, good jobs where you used to brag. My daddy worked for the post office. My mama a teacher. My mama worked for the bank. No more. No more.
Phasing out the post office.
Phasing out the post office, phasing out the bank worker. They're no longer, that's the middle class. So now you add on that gas price, you add on transportation costs, you add on student loans, and 1 out of 2 Americans is now considered poor or low income. I hear the music. We'll be right back. It's so good to be home, even with all the changes swirling around and blowing my mind. I love Miami. I left Charlotte at 36 degrees.
36.
36 degrees. It's 72. I got on a one-shoulder sling back top, and I love it. You're listening to Understanding Money. Robert Henderson Jr., president of the Henderson Financial. I'm Linda Harris. We will be right back after this station break.
You have on your one-sling show. You couldn't do that in the shower, though.
No one wants to go through the problem of repairing a car after an accident, but we at DJ Auto Collision Center have the expertise and the customer service people that can and will get you back in the driver's seat in no time at all. Problems with your insurance company? No problem. Your deductible? No problem. In fact, we can make it as easy as 1, 2, 3. That's DJ Auto Collision Center located at 3588 Northwest 52nd Street in Miami. Give us a call today, 786-457-7774. That's 786-457-7774. Or go to our website at djbodyshop.com.
NMLS 15555A, individual license 249207. Getting mortgage financing shouldn't be difficult, and Residential Saving Mortgage understands this. Residential Savings Mortgage offers convention, FHA, and VA mortgages, and have refinance programs that allow up to 100% financing, and also home purchase programs that require as little as 3.5% down payment. With over 70 years in industry experience, they provide both refinance and purchase mortgages at competitive rates and low fees. Call Tahir Khan, 866-872-8310. 866-872-8310. Residential Savings Mortgage, a Florida licensed mortgage brokerage business.
Raindrops keep falling on my head.
Are you considering a new roof? Or maybe you'd like to repair the one you have now. Need to replace your windows, doors, or even your garage doors and receive a tax credit? Not sure who to trust with all your home repair needs? Then you need to call the professionals at Umbrella Roofing and Construction. That's right, Umbrella Roofing and Construction. Let us send our trained professionals to inspect your home so that we can advise you to the best home repair solutions for you and your family. With over 25 years of home improvement experience, we promise to give you the best quality, the best service, and the best price. That's Umbrella Roofing and Construction. We can be there for you 24/7. That's 24 hours a day with our emergency service disaster response team. And yes, we are certified and fully licensed as a MySafe Florida home contractor. So don't wait any longer. Call us now at 305-974-44. That's 305-974-4541. Umbrella Roofing and Construction. Just call us. We got you covered.
Are you a homeowner that is 62 years old or older and finding it more difficult to pay your monthly mortgage payment or other bills such as property taxes, insurance, and medical and prescription expenses? Then a reverse mortgage may be just what you need. Call us at PMG Inc. 305-825-1444. PMG can be the solution you need for all your financial concerns. That's PMG. We specialize in reverse mortgages. Call us at 305-825-1444. Let's make your tomorrow better than yesterday.
This is the Wall Street Business Network.
South Florida's only business radio station, 880 AM, The Biz.
We're back live. Robert Henderson Jr. live in this beautiful studios of WZAB. Joining me live is my sister-in-law all the way in. Yes, sir. She flew in. Business partner Linda Harris. She's in here with a, what you call a one-arm sleeve. What is that?
I got a one-shoulder sling back, sparkly top on, and it's 72-degree weather. Thank goodness I'm out of 36, waking up to 26.
Turtleneck on.
Oh, turtleneck.
You're sleeping in a turtleneck.
Exactly. Good to be home.
You know, thinking about and talking about information, how you got to stay up with the times. Information is key. You have to know. What you don't know will surely hurt you. And that's why, Linda, I am so excited about bringing on our good fellow who we have partnered with. It's the information guru when it comes to what's happening in the mortgage world and how you can help your real estate, how you can get some information. AC, do we have Tahir on the phone?
Yes, I'm on the phone.
How you doing?
Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Happy
Man.
holidays to you.
Well, happy holidays to you.
Now, you got some good information to bring us cheers for the new year?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Rob, about a month ago, we first discussed the Home Affordable Refinance Program. It's also known as the HARP, H-A-R-P.
Mm-hmm.
And we discussed that this program is to help homeowners, regardless of the value of their property,
Right.
Once they're Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, serviceable loans.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And then last week we spoke about the Home Path program. And the Home Path is to help people get into homes existing Fannie Mae foreclosures.
Right.
And we discussed how easy it could be at very low credit scores and low down payment, and the payment could be gifted by a family member and everything else.
Yeah, because Linda and I, what we've been doing since we had that conversation, we've been putting together real estate. We've been finding real estate so we can put together so we can offer our clients and help and let you do the financing.
Outstanding.
So we're trying to look for property, that has been really, really knocked down in value, and if we can try to really identify them in good locations, trying to find out exactly how much work has to be done, and then we're going to offer it to our clients. So this is a good time to buy real estate for a lot of people who didn't know they could buy real estate. Now with your programs that you're introducing the listeners to, they will be able to buy it.
That's the purpose of it. Fannie Mae intention when they came up with the program is to really help people, especially the people who are renters right now and trying to be, for the first time, homeowners. And this was the whole idea of the program, is to get people, young people, into homes. Plus, try to deplete the number of foreclosures they have on the market right now. So that's the Home Path program. The Home Affordable Refinance program is for people that are underwater on their equity. They could save a lot of money with the low interest rates that is available right now.
Mr. Khan, we talked about how I've, since I landed, all the changes I've seen going around me, how it's going so fast. It seems like in the mortgage industry, and I've been in the mortgage industry a long time, and one thing I've known is it changes so much. Seems like every month there's a new program you need to be up on. There's a new rules and regulations. There's a new document that needs to be signed. There's information that you need to disclose. You've been doing this for over 20 years?
20 years, over 30 years.
So you live, breathe, eat, and sleep this. And that's, I think, now what people need now more than ever. This is not a game when it comes to this whole financing. You need an expert. You need somebody that's on top of it, that does it full time and only dedicates time to this, because what you don't know can hurt you. If you went out there and you thought you couldn't buy a house, or you had to accept a higher rate or a risky loan, and you didn't know about the HARP program or the Home Path program, you missing out. So with you over 20 years and doing it full time, owning your own business and caring about people, it means a lot. And I think that people out there really want to get with someone like yourself that does this full time and stays up on all the rules, regulations, and documentation.
And a matter of fact, just to add on what Linda was saying, because Mr. Khan, we're going to let you introduce this other program that you want to tell the listeners about. But before you go into that, I had a client last night that stopped by the office, and he was asking me some questions. And I said I was going to probably ask, because he's a listener. And he bought a home a couple of years ago when the property values was really going down. And he bought this property. He has about $100,000 equity in it right now. And he said what he wants to do is get a line of credit and pull money out of the home so he can probably go out and buy other real estate. Okay, now, is it about $100,000? I asked him what was his credit score. He said it's about 680. Now, do you have a program that would help him in terms of refinancing?
Absolutely, Rob. It's called the HELOC, or the Home Equity Line of Credit.
Right.
And it's available. It's available at 80% loan to value based on his home. So basically, if his home was worth $300,000, it's 80% of it, which is $240,000 less what he owes on his mortgage, and he could qualify for a credit line for that amount.
At a 680 score?
A 680 score, yes.
Now, how difficult is that? I mean, I know they say you can do it, but do they give you a runaround in terms of, I mean, what about his income? Are they really, really going to put a lot of pressure on him in terms of his income?
Like, again, the big difference to what happened in 2007 and the meltdown in the mortgage business, what really changed is that we have to confirm that the individual has the ability to make the payments. That's the most important thing. So income, it is important.
Okay. All right. So definitely we'll be working with him. Now, why don't you introduce us to this new information that you have? Because like I said, every time you come on, you have some new information that's going to inspire and enlighten the people and give them hope to let them know that they don't know everything. Just because they don't know everything, I always say, just because you, the listener, don't know everything, that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it can't see you. I want y'all to think about that now. A lot of people who are in jail right now, they thought just because they couldn't see it, it couldn't see them. And just because you don't know something, that don't mean that it's not out there because you don't know it. I want y'all to really think about it. That's deeper than what it sounds like. I want you to really think about that. And a lot of people don't understand that simple principle. People underestimate themselves, they underestimate life. Just because you are limited in your thinking, you are limited in what you know, that don't mean the rest of the world are limited. You just don't know something. So therefore, you got to have a life of trying to know, trying to get information, trying to seek. That's what you got. That's what it's about. Stop saying it ain't out there, to stop being a non-believer. Just because you don't believe it, that don't mean it doesn't exist. Your job, listeners, really, everyone who listens to my voice, your job, your number one job going into the new year is to seek and find and knock and just stop depending on your own shallow knowledge.
You know, one thing I find myself saying a lot is when I want to do something and I don't know how to do it or what path to go down, a lot of times me or you or people we're around say, it's got to be a way.
Right.
It's got to be a way. Let's just find it. It's got to be out there. This world is too big. And that's the norm now to say, come on, y'all. It's got to be a program out there. There's an app for that. There's got to be a way.
Right. So like I had a client in the office the other day. He says he goes on Priceline and he rents cars for $20 a day. $25 a day. And that's a good deal. He takes them for a day and he goes traveling. That's pretty darn good. And he said he think he probably could have got it for $15 or $20 if he'd have bid it lower. A lot of people don't even know what Priceline is. Well, we're getting off the subject right now.
Okay.
No, not really. We're not really getting off the subject. It's still about knowing and seeking and trying and effort. Okay? So, Mr. Khan, go right on ahead.
Well, with knowing and saving and seeking and everything else, the FHA Streamlined Refinance Program. This is an FHA program. And it's basically like the HARP program, but it's for FHA, people who have FHA loans right now. And they're underwater on the value of the home. They could refinance and get the lower rates. See, it's a lot of despair out there regarding I'm underwater, it's hopeless, I can't do anything. But as we were talking for the last month or so, there are programs out there to help these homeowners. And this is for FHA customers. And they provide homeowners with a lower monthly principal and interest payment and help them reduce their interest rates.
But let's be clear about that.
The value of their home.
Now let's be clear about that, because I'm gonna talk about this like we're 6-year-olds. Now let me give you a scenario. So let's say I got a client that comes in and says, Mr. Henderson, my house, when I bought it, I paid $300,000 for it.
Right.
Now the house, and I paid $300,000 for it, and I'm paying $2,000 a month.
Right.
Now the house in my neighborhood, the houses are going for $125,000.
Right.
And he says, me and my wife have discussed several times about just walking away from it because, you know, people now buying in my neighborhood, they're paying $125,000 and their mortgage payment is only $1,000 a month. And I'm paying, you know, with taxes, actually it's $2,500 a month. He still owes the bank $300,000. So instead of walking away, what's your solution, Mr. Khan?
Well, most of it is psychological, right? It's just knowing that you're living in a home that is worth less than what you owe. In addition to that, you have a large monthly payment, and you figure that you could walk away from the home and go rent and save $500-$600 a month. What you're going to rent may not equal the same standard of living as the house you live in right now.
You can rent from the man that bought it for $125 down the street, the same model.
Exactly. So, and you're going to ruin your credit. Your credit is going to.
But you're saying that the FHA is a program that person can stay in the home. You can reduce. The best you can do is stay in your home instead of paying $2,500. You can reduce your monthly payment significantly, right?
Absolutely, and that's the FHA streamline, regardless of the value of the home.
But it's not going to. The bank is not going to forgive that debt. In other words, if you purchase it for $300,000, now it's worth $125,000. They're not going to reduce your payment now and reduce your debt to them that you only owe them whatever the appraised value. Do you think that something like that would ever happen?
I really don't believe so. I mean, and it's going to be a case-by-case basis. I mean, it really depends on the financial hardship of the individual. The bank will have to make a business decision as to. Right now, the house is worth $125,000. If the customer or the homeowner should leave the home, they still have an asset that is worth $125,000, right? If they're going to have to dispose it and go through the foreclosure process, which now is taking about a year, and you consider the improvements they have to make on the home to get it back to saleable condition, then if they make a business decision, they might say, okay, we may forgive a portion of it. But that's an individual business decision as a bank will have to make. There isn't any kind of government programs that force the bank to make these type decisions.
Yeah, I think the best you can do for the customer is psychologically. I mean, if he's going to still stay in his home because he really loves his home, and he still have small kids, is to try to at least he can cut the payment in half. That'll bring some type of relief,
comfort. Yeah, because at the end of the day, most people just want. I'm not saying they're not worried about tomorrow, but how can I get relief today? How can I not pay $2,500 when psychologically I should be paying $1,200, and I know I should? If you can make that happen, because what's stopping a lot of people, like you said, Mr. Khan, is they're upside down. And there's a program that allow me to do. Still live and pay the baby tuition and pay the car payment.
Some relief.
That's all I'm asking for. Payment. Just give me some relief.
And that's this program that you're talking about?
That's the FHA Streamlined Refinance Program. So to your listeners, they need to look at their mortgage statement they get every month. Look at if they have an FHA, it should say it's an FHA loan, then they will qualify for the FHA Streamlined Program. You got to understand that if you have a $200,000 mortgage and you could cut the rates by 3%, that represent $6,000 a year finance charges. That's $500 a month. You see, so they really have to look. The rates is the lowest it has been since 1951. Right now, if there's anything good about this whole economy, is we do have cheap money.
And Mr. Khan, what was making people was adding insult to injury is they're hearing every night on the news how low the rates are, but they cannot take advantage of it because they owe more than the house is worth. This program allows them to take advantage of it and participate in historically low rates. I think that's fabulous, and I think finally somebody in the government is getting it. Somebody in the banks are getting it. So this FHA, this for FHA loans only.
This is FHA.
They're finally getting it, and I think that's fantastic.
It's about 3 years late, but we do have the program now.
Okay.
I mean, there you go, messing with my president again. There you go. I know you had to get some. You just had to get a dig in. You had to get a little dig in, huh?
But anyway, it really helps. It really helps homeowners. So we have a program. Let me just recap.
Okay.
We have a program for people that their loans are being serviced by Fannie Mae. Mm-hmm. We have a program now that's the loans are serviced by Freddie Mac, and now the FHA. So that should cover those three programs should cover 80% of the loans in America.
Freddie Mac is the HARP?
The Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae is the HARP program, the Home Affordable Refinance Program.
Okay.
The FHA Streamline Program is for people with FHA loans.
Okay.
So
yeah, you're right. That's about 80%. We got Fannie covered, we got Freddie covered, and now FHA.
Now, before you go, let me see if we have any callers that want
to
ask you some questions. Let's open up the phone line. Phone lines are wide open. Anybody that want to call and talk to Mr. Khan live, call us right now. Phone line is wide open. The number is 305-541-2350. You don't have to give out your name. You can just, come up with a scenario and ask him some questions. He's a very friendly person, down to earth, and we vetted him, so he's okay. Telephone number again, 305-541-2350. Now, also, give out your telephone number, Mr. Khan.
Rob, my phone number is 954-845-0606. That's 954-845-0606. Our toll-free number is 866-872-8310.
Okay, let me ask you, Mr. Khan, what about if we have some listeners and they're not sure that they qualify? I mean, if they call you, you can help them to run a quick check to see if they qualify for a loan?
Absolutely. That's the whole idea, is to make sure that we analyze the information regarding their financial situation and the mortgage.
Good. Okay, we got a caller. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Good. You got a question, comment for Mr. Khan?
Yes, I would like to know if any of these programs apply to condominiums.
Yes, they do.
Okay, I'll take my answer off the air.
Pardon me?
Yes, she said she'll take her answer off the air.
Okay.
So the condo has to be an FHA-approved condo?
It has to be an FHA-approved condo. And again, on the HARP program, it has to be serviceable by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
Okay, so if she bought her condo FHA and it's still an FHA-approved project or building, then absolutely, because that's right,
caller.
We're South Florida, and a lot of them are in condos. Very good question.
We got another caller. Caller, are you there? Are you there, caller? Hello?
Yeah, I have a question. I'm in the middle of negotiating a modification with the bank, and they're saying that they are considering a HAMP program and also a traditional modification. They're saying with the HAMP program, it'll be based on 31% of my gross income, which is, it seems like that'll be an extremely high payment. But on the traditional side, they're saying that they'll do 10% of my net. Can you tell me how that works and how they calculate those numbers?
Well, the Home Affordable Refinance Program came out for people that basically when the whole thought in creating this program is for the people that have adjustable rate mortgages, and overnight their payments increase considerably. So the government basically set guidelines for qualifications, and one of those are the 31% rule, where you could take your gross income, and with your taxes, your insurances, and your principal and interest payment, it cannot exceed 31% of your gross income. You follow me so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you must have the overall ability, though, to make the payments and afford all the other expenses like car payments, insurances, gas, food, and everything else. So this is something we'll have to look at. If you give me a call, I would look at it and see what we could do to help you. Are you past due on your mortgage payments?
Yes.
You are. Okay, so the servicer of that loan has to address it if you're past due right now. And who is servicing the loan?
American Home
Finance. Okay. So if you're working with them regarding a past due mortgage and they own the mortgage, they have flexibility, more flexibility than I will ever have.
But again, when they say they're going to, the options are a traditional modification when they'll use 10% of net income. How do they calculate that?
Well, the home affordable program,
Well,
again, is 31%.
We're not going to be able to do it on the air right now. What I want you to do is, Mr. Khan, give him your telephone number, and y'all can have a private
Okay, 954-845-0606.
All right. Thank you, caller. We got another caller? Got another caller right quick. Caller, are you there? You got a question or comment?
I got a question.
Okay.
We're current on the mortgage, but we are, really upside down on it, on the house. We're on current, so would that still help us?
You current on the mortgage?
Right.
Absolutely. All I have to do, you have to call me. And you have let me give you the phone number again. 954-845-0606.
Okay.
And I'll look at your financial status, and we'll fit you or tailor a mortgage that will help you.
Yeah, you seem like the type of candidate that the program was written for.
You a poster child for it.
Yeah, you were definitely the candidate that the program was written for.
And see, what's so beautiful is you go to Mr. Khan, you save $600 a month. You use that money to invest. You're creating wealth. You're building it because you were paying it anyway. So if there's a savings there, don't go and spend it. Use that money to invest, build you a portfolio, and start building wealth.
There you go.
All right.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Hey, Mr. Khan. We got another call. Okay, that's it. But Mr. Khan, I tell you, you got a lot of good information. Anybody that comes on our radio show, we really try to give our listeners information and things that they could use and help them.
Are you licensed in North Carolina?
No, I'm not. I'm licensed in
We
Georgia.
can use you up there. Oh, okay, Georgia. Okay, good deal.
And I just got to put a disclaimer out. Anybody who's listening to our voice, and Mr. Khan is a good guy, but and I've been talking to him, and I've done some research on him, and he seems like a good guy. But I just want to tell you right in front of Mr. Khan, his face. If you all go to Mr. Khan and Mr. Khan say, write me a check for $100,000 made payable to Mr. Khan, please call me first. Please, because, all right, Mr. Khan, we love you.
By the way,
we know
with
you.
that being said, we have no application fees, no upfront fees to apply for a mortgage. You will go out there, and the first thing someone says to write you a check for like $500,
right?
And they consider that an application fee. We never had an application fee. We will never have an application fee. If we make you the loan, we require, we deserve to get some kind of compensation. But until that, it costs you zero.
No, I like that. I like that. I'm glad I said that because sometimes people come on the air. We recommend them, and they do good for a while. Then all of a sudden, they go rogue. And then I hear about it, and people call me and say, that person's on the radio, they did this. But I'm just letting y'all know, if anybody that come on this radio show, and if something doesn't sound right, y'all better call us first so we can be your middleman, so we can find out, and we can, be your shield, okay? Mr. Khan, that's another call from Mr. Khan?
The stock market? Yeah, we talking about that.
Oh, okay. All right, so cool. Mr. Khan.
Yes.
Gotta go. Love you. Have a good holiday.
Rob, Merry Christmas to you, your family, Linda, the staff, and your audience.
Same to you.
Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, and all that good stuff.
You got it. Peace.
All right?
All right. Yeah, I had to put that disclaimer out, Linda, because some people come on the show and they do good for a while. Next thing you know, they go rogue, and I have to hear about it. And we don't play that.
Like politicians, most of them start out wanting to change the world. They have good intentions. God knows they do, and they
But I'm glad he said there's no upfront fee, like $500 to talk to me.
That means a lot.
That means a whole lot. That's the way we roll.
Yeah,
you can come in our office and we don't charge you nothing.
Right.
We're
breaking down the excuses. There's no excuse.
All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about the stock market. We're going to talk about what's going on. Get yourself ready. Get your pad. Get your pencil out. Get ready. We're waiting for that Santa Claus rally. And then we're going to talk about next year, okay? We'll be right back. This is Robert Henderson, Linda, live in the studio of WZAB 880. Phone lines will be wide open, 305-541-2350.
wants to go through the problem of repairing a car after an accident, but we at DJ Auto Collision Center have the expertise and the customer service people that can and will get you back in the driver's seat in no time at all. Problems with your insurance company? No problem. Your deductible? No problem. In fact, we can make it as easy as 1, 2, 3. That's DJ Auto Collision Center, located at 3588 Northwest 52nd Street in Miami. Give us a call today, 786-457-7774. That's 786-457-7774. Or go to our website at djbodyshop.com.
NMLS 15555A, individual license 249207. Getting mortgage financing shouldn't be difficult, and Residential Saving Mortgage understands this. Residential Savings Mortgage offers convention, FHA, and VA mortgages, and have refinance programs that allow up to 100% financing, and also home purchase programs that require as little as 3.5% down payment. With over 70 years in industry experience, they provide both refinance and purchase mortgages at competitive rates and low fees. Call Tahir Khan, 866-872-8310. 866-872-8310. Residential Savings Mortgage, a Florida licensed mortgage brokerage business.
Are you a homeowner that is 62 years old or older and finding it more difficult to pay your monthly mortgage payment or other bills such as property taxes, insurance, and medical and prescription expenses? Then a reverse mortgage may be just what you need. Call us at PMG Inc. 305-825-1444. PMG can be the solution you need for all your financial concerns. That's PMG. We specialize in reverse mortgages. Call us at 305-825-1444. Let's make your tomorrow better than yesterday.
South Florida's only business radio station.
Part of the Wall Street Business Network.
880 AM, The Biz.
We're back live. Robert Henderson Jr., Certified Financial Planning, live in the studios. WZIB is Linda Harris, business partner and colleague. Linda, let's talk about the stock market. What do you think? What's going on? You think we're going to have a good year?
I think we're going to have a fantastic year. I think once we stop all this, get Wall Street out of Washington, I think we'll have a good year. I mean, stop all the politics, stop, it used to be the excuse, and we just talked about this off the air, was what's happening in Greece and Italy and France. Now it's elections. Now it's deficit. Now it's healthcare. Now it's jobs. Just get Wall Street out of Washington. Stop the lobbyists. Let's just get on with the business of the people, and the market will follow.
Yeah, and I really do think that they yo-yoed us a lot, even though the market right now is close to 12,000. Usually doing this last week before Christmas, we usually have a Santa Claus rally, which means that the market really, it's going to be light trading, but it usually trades up higher, Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens this week and also after Christmas. We'll see what happens. Sometimes January takes a dive, but usually also during the election year, the stock market usually is up. And the election year 2012, they're going to, the Obama administration is going to try to do everything. They're going to try to put up all the stops. You want to get reelected again and try to do everything to increase employment, to try to give the people whatever they want. I mean, really going to try to do whatever they can. I do really think that 2012 is going to be a better year, even though 2011 wasn't a bad year. You think about it. I mean, we hit 12,000 this year. And like I said, I'm an optimist, and I just think that the glass is half full rather than being half empty. Yeah, we may go down and have some turbulence, but I think that we can still take advantage of the lows anytime the market and stocks go down low, because we've really, really been yo-yoing. Unfortunately, it's been in a trader's market, meaning that if you buy a stock, and if it goes up certain points, you sell it, and then you're going to go back down, you buy it. That's what you call a trader's market. Mm-hmm. And we've been having to work harder to try to get some profits and try to get something for the clients. But overall, I'm still optimistic. I'm still a optimist. I'm still a capitalist, and I think that time is on our side.
Capitalism is alive and well. Now, when you say a Santa Claus market, usually all these are conditions for a Santa Claus market. Like you said, you got an election, Santa Claus rally. You got an election year, done. It's the holidays, so retail is going off the chain, done. We have good economic news that constantly is filtering out. Jobless claims are down. We just ended a war. The war is over. You got people coming back. in this country that's going to hopefully spend some of that veterans money. Now, it's another subject on whether they're going to find employment, but they're still on their, quote, tour of duty, so they're still getting paid. Jobless claims are down. Corporations hoarding money. All of those 6 things I just mentioned would contribute to a Santa Claus rally. Will we see it, or is it who's in the White House? Will we see it?
Well, we'll see it starting Monday. We'll see.
We'll see it Monday.
We'll see what happens Monday round up to Christmas Eve. The market is going to change then because a lot of people are going to be traveling. You know, the roads are going to be in the airways are going to be full. But I think that we're going to get some nice little pops, and then after Christmas, round up to New Year's, I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to pop too. I think it's going to pop, and then I think probably in January. Maybe have a pullback, and that usually does. A lot of times, January everything pulls back, but it might be a time to actually to go in and buy. I mean, you got to look long term at this thing. You really do, and you can't just look at the now. You can't make permanent decisions because of temporary occurrences. You just can't, because you wind up getting hurt, and if you do that anywhere in your life, you always regret. Anytime you make a permanent decision based on a temporary emotional occurrence, it usually costs you. So you got to keep your head and think about it. I was looking at McDonald's the other day. McDonald's is at an all-time 52-week high. Can you believe that?
I cannot believe a burger joint is rolling like that.
I mean, just 2-3 years ago, in 2008, when the market crashed, it was at $45 a share. The stock is now bust $97, $98 a share. The thing is, you might not eat it, but it's still one of the companies that have really outperformed really, really well this year. You look at a company like Yum, YUM, that company there. That company, they own Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Frito-Lay, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Even though we had recessions, it seemed like people are eating. We still becoming overweight, all over the world, actually,
Yeah. Things like people ask us all the time, what's out there? What sector should I go into? What industry? All indicators now, and you let me know what you think, Rob, is pointing to casual dining, like you said, the Yums. It's pointing to retail, especially like TJ Maxx. And Macy's supposedly at an all-time high as well.
Oh, yeah.
But your TJ Maxx is doing fantastic. your luxury retail is doing well as well. But the point is, everything is pointing to, at this time of year, because everything is timing is everything. And no longer can you just go in and throw a dart at a board and whatever it hits, it goes up. Like you said, we got to work a little harder. We do a little more research. We talk about what's coming up, whether it's the holidays or summertime, or are people flying more, they're eating out more. All of these go into a decision on what sector to go in. It's very important to do research.
And you have to see what type of investor you are. And think about it. You could be an investor that always like the favorites. Just think about sports. Some people just like the Lakers, or some people just like, the team that like the Heat. Some people just, predicting that they should go, they should win it this year or bust. But it's the same way about investing. Investing, you can say, okay, I want to go with the McDonald's, all the top quality companies, or you might be an investor that say, you know what, I like to invest in the ones that are not favorable. I like to invest in the underdogs. Anytime you invest in the underdogs, and one like all of infrastructure companies, like U.S. Steel, like Caterpillar, a lot of them companies that are just out of favor right now, you get them cheaper. And then you just wait and say, you know what, my ship is going to come in. They're gonna go up to be something.
Gotcha.
It's like right now, let's say football. Right now, the Colts. I think the Colts haven't won any games, right? Indianapolis Colts, championship team, but the quarterback is hurt. Some people throw them away, but if you were betting, if you had to put money on them and invest in them, do you think they're ever going to come back? Now is a good time to invest in them. So you don't always have to look for the winning companies that are doing real well right now. You can really make a lot of money betting on and putting money on out of favor stuff, because you know that it's going to come back around. Why? Because there's a season for everything. A season for everything. It comes around. Even the broken clock is right 2 times in 24 hours. So anything you think is bad right now, you think is down right now, look at the airlines. Since oil prices are high, think about it. All the airline stocks are at the low. They're at the low. Look at American Airlines. Oh, my God.
Who would have thought?
Now it's around $60, actually 60 cents a share. It went down a low of 20 from being a high in the last 52 weeks of $8 and something, you know? But it went down to 20 cents. Then that's a gamble, and that's a risk now. I can't tell y'all to invest in American Airlines because you can lose it all because it depends on what comes out of the board meetings. They have to make a lot of changes. They have to do something with the Eagle airline. They have to lay off some people probably. I mean, it's a lot of things. So that's taking a risk. But you have to look at and see if you want to put in 60 cents per share, it can go back up to $2, $5 a share. But it's going to take time. Or they may come back out of bankruptcy and say, you know what? We're going to throw all those shares away and reclassify and come up with a whole new company and streamline, and we're going to get back on pace. So that's a risk you have to take. And that's something that your personality have to match that. No one can tell you what to do. You have to say, okay, I'm willing to take that risk.
You know, when you talk about taking risks and thinking down the line, they keep talking about this pipeline deal that they want to do and want the president to sign off on. That, like you said, goes into forward thinking. They keep talking about building bridges and going into increasing jobs by doing construction projects and improving America's infrastructure, where raw materials go up, where companies like U.S. Steel, that's really thinking forward. That's thinking way down the line. Now, that may not happen till after the election, after we shake out who's in the White House. But that's, like you said, those companies are undervalued now. And depending on what type of investor you are. Right. If you're going to sit in the closet and be shaky and say, oh, it went dipped, then don't do it. Right. Some people are not meant to go with the less favored now.
Right. And when you say you don't know what type of investor you are, you don't know yourself. You do. Trust me out. Let me tell you why you really are the best person to know who you really are. That's why it's very important to study yourself. Listen, if you're the type of person that will say, listen, I can go and buy a house that looks like a dump now, and I can see it for all its beauty. I can get a good deal. I can get it cheap. All I need to do is just fix it up and put some paint on it and change the windows. Then that means that you are a type of person that you don't mind about buying something that's out of favor because you feel that you could bring it up to par and make it into a gem. You can take a diamond in the rough and turn it into a gem. Or if you like some people say, no. I remember Linda used to go out and buy property, and every time Linda would take me to a house, it looked like, I said, Linda, is anybody dead in there? Broken glass, all kind of stuff. It smelled just like urine all over the place. And I said, you
were such a prima donna. You would walk in and it smells like grease. It smells like motor oil.
I said, Linda, it smelled like dead bodies in here, and it was empty, no windows. And I said, my God, or are you the person that says, you don't want companies like that? You can make a lot of money like that, but you have to be a forward thinker. You can't think about how it looks right now. I mean, and some people, same with relationships, you might see a man, you're like, listen, his stomach is big, I don't want him, I want my perfect man. That's going to cost you more and more drama. Every man who's fine and fit, he knows his worth. So, okay, and the same thing.
So go ahead and get him in the gym. Get him some microdermabrasion. Get the skin cleaned up.
Right.
It's okay.
He'll love you.
Forward thinking really will pay off.
But some people don't like that. Some people say, no. I want a stock that's already good. Right. I want a stock that's already making money. I want a stock that's already. I ain't waiting. So you do know what type of investor you are. You have to look at your personality and see what type of person you are. And some of y'all, as soon as you do get somebody good and they do get fat and they do gain weight, you don't throw them away. You don't like them anymore. So that could be considered
somebody
Walmart.
else will pick them up.
Yeah, I mean,
clean them up.
Like a Walmart. People, you won't lose money in Walmart. I mean, Walmart is pretty good, but you're not going to really make a whole lot of money in Walmart because it's so big. It's like a Microsoft that's haven't really made a lot of money in the last 10 years. It is consistent. So what? I mean, so you do know what type of person you are, and that's the same type of investor you would be. So if you need help, if you really need more help to explain this stuff like you're a 6-year-old, don't talk over your head, you can always call us. Now, we're going to be out all this week, matter of fact, our office. But if you call our office and leave a message, we definitely will retrieve it and we'll call you back, okay? Yeah, we'll be back. Matter of fact, we're leaving Monday and we'll be back. Our office will be closed until Saturday, But anybody need to get in contact, just call our office, 305-825-1444. Leave a message, and we'll definitely get right back to you, okay? Talk to you later. Love. Linda, you have last words?
Absolutely. Glad to be home. Change waits on no one, and I'm seeing it all around me, so deal with it.
Love you. Peace. Happy holidays, everybody. And don't spend too much. Like I said, don't make a permanent decision on temporary occurrences. Christmas is not going to be here every day, okay? And your money going to be gone permanently, all right? So think about it. Be a forward thinker. Love you. Gotta go.
Listen to the Great American Songbook. Hear the best in music always.